Hello, students in Dolphin 3. There's a big test right on today. If you may, let's spend 20 minutes reviewing. I, so, chapter 1, we talk about past tense and a few, a little, um, isn't much, aren't many, a lot of, right? Okay, so in lesson one, we have languages and country. Which language in which country? So, can we have a quick review? In Germany, they speak German, right? And how about French? In France, they speak French, and in Egypt, people speak Arabic. In Mexico, people speak Spanish. Japan, Japanese, and in Canada, they have two languages, English and French. Great. So, I on page 9. So, Maddie just had an awesome vacation with her family, right? Uh, yeah, I'll have my whiteboard marker. So, I where's my marker? Yeah, right. So, Maddie just had an awesome vacation with her parents, with her family, right? And they flew to Miami right on Thursday, and they arrived at noontime. They stayed in a hotel with a big swimming pool, which was 25 meters long, and there were some nice restaurants, right? How many restaurants were there? There were three restaurants, a Japanese one, a Spanish restaurant, and a Mexican restaurant. And what did Mary just ate a lot? She loves Japanese food, so she had a lot of sushi, right? And in activity book, there's a picture with a lot of food that we're also reviewing. So, were there many people at hotel or in Florida, in Miami? Yes. Most of the people there were from Mexico. Uh, People spoke Spanish, and of course, there are many people from Germany, from Egypt, from many other countries. Fortunately, fortunately, right? Oh, can you see the word? Fortunately, most people spoke English to Maddie and her family, so they could understand what they were talking about. And were there many good rides? So we say yes, there were. No, there weren't. Right? So and So when you say prefer means you like something better. You like A better than B, right? When you say prefer, you like A better than B. Okay, so um, on this page, can we also there were many good rides. There were many good rides. Okay, they tried all the rides. There were many good rides at the amusement park, right? So can we try to check out some keywords on this page? So I use my blue words. So Maddie just had an awesome trip, right? Awesome trip with her family, right? And how about fortunately, oh, is on the vocabulary list. That's show people all the sentences from the vocabulary list. I mean, all the sentences which uh, the word represent. And there were many people from uh, different countries, like from Mexico, like from Germany, sorry, Germany, like from Japan and Egypt. There were people speaking different languages, but fortunately, they spoke to Mary in English, right? Great. And as for the word right, we don't say ride as a verb right here. It's like a none. There's many good rides in an amusement park. For example, they tried many different rides, right? Um, I tried like 15 different rides in the Disneyland. Okay. How many rides have you tried in an amusement park? So the rides are the facilities that you can try in an amusement park. Okay. So basically, this page is about past tense. So let's move on. A story around the world. I believe you can read it by yourself. In this picture on page 13, you can see many different rides in an amusement park. For example, the amusement parks are so much fun, right? Like swing, there's a swing, there's a slide, there's a carousel, a roller coaster, a Ferris wheel, a zip line. And we showed you some videos of a roller coaster, a zip line, and Ferris wheel, the carousel. I believe you can find the names of the rides in an amusement park. So, page 14. A Jason is reading about the Citizen of the World short story competition. It's about a competition for writing. They compete. It's a contest about short stories. So Jason is going to write a short story for the competition, but he doesn't have too much time. When does he have to send the story? He has to send the story by tomorrow, and that's why the children at the story center try to offer to help. They try to um, think up some different ideas and get some different ideas about the story. So they wrote a great story. They won the uh, the, the competition, and they went to uh, an amusement park to celebrate. So on page 15, um, as we can see nowadays in most amusement parks or in many let's say some Ferris wheels are even in the shopping malls, and it's quite easy to see some iconic Ferris wheels. Um, we have some very famous and iconic Ferris wheels in Taiwan, and some Ferris wheel the cars are so big that people can even walk and um, have mm, some some cars even have bars right in the car right inside, so people can walk around and they can have drinks. Some Ferris wheels are super big, super high, mm, and in this article we talk about the history of Ferris wheel. Who made the first Ferris wheel? Of course, George W. Ferris, right? So what did George W. Ferris do? What did he do? He was an engineer, right? So let's highlight the words that we need. George W. Ferris, he lived in Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. He was an engineer and he built bridges, right? So a there was a World's Fair in Chicago in 1893. So what is a World's Fair? A World's Fair is like a session that people go to and World's Fair, not just from one country. People from different countries come to a World's Fair to share um, different ideas and new ideas. And why was the World's Fair in Chicago in 1893 so difficult for the organizers, for um, for those people in Chicago? Ever since in 1889, Gustav Eiffel, this intelligent kind of engineer, he just built a super famous and iconic tower right in Paris, which is called the Eiffel Tower. It was built in 1889, and 4 years later, mm, it was Chicago's turn to organize the World's Fair. And this time, the people in Chicago were so worried. What kind of new things, what kind of exciting things can we present, can we show to everyone to attract people to come to our World's Fair in Chicago? So some people went to the engineer George W. Ferris. He was famous for building bridges. Okay, so George W. Ferris, he heard about this problem. He designed the world's first Ferris wheel, and later on we talk about how tall the wheel was and how um, or to say some special features about this wheel. So before that, let's check out the sentences uh, about the vocabulary. So let's have a white box. So, um, as we said, George W. Ferris was an and what? So George W. Ferris, sorry, was an engineer, right? And he built bridges. Um, what else do we know about the Ferris wheel or the history of a Ferris wheel? Let's see. Oh, uh, people who come to a World's Fair, people who come to a show. Sorry, I forgot to highlight visitor, right? How many visitors came to the show? How many visitors came to the amusement park? So, um, if we talk about visitors, so the organizer, sorry, change it to blue. The organizer of the World's Fair wanted to show, actually in Chicago, wanted to show the visitors a lot of exciting things, right? A lot of exciting things. So what did they do? Or to say, why did the organizer in Chicago needed to show exciting things? Because 4 years ago in Paris, they had the Eiffel Tower, and this time, exciting things. We need to tell the visitors that they should come to our city, and this is what they did, right? So George W. Ferris, what did he do? George W. Ferris, um, what did George W. Ferris do after he heard the problem from the organizer? He designed um, the world's, sorry, world, blah, 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 sorry. We get a eraser, the world, and I just showed the blue part, but it's fine. The world's first Ferris wheel, Ferris wheel, for the Chicago, right? For the fair in Chicago. We still do, right? Uh, Ferris wheel, even till today, Ferris wheels are still, sorry, what, popular even today, right? Okay, so this is what we know about the Ferris wheel. So, um, can we check out some questions and answers, Q&A about the Ferris wheel? So I'll use red for questions So, how tall was the first Ferris wheel? How tall was the Ferris wheel? The first Ferris wheel was actually, can we check out the questions? So, we have the subject, the wheel, the verb was, right? So, how tall was the Ferris wheel? The Ferris wheel, it was how tall? 80.5 meters high, right? Sorry, I should use a blue. Okay, I use blue. So, in the picture, we can see many cars ride on the Ferris wheel. So, how many wooden cars were there on the first Ferris wheel? On the first Ferris wheel. So the answer is there were how many? 36 wooden cars on the first wheel, right? On the first Ferris wheel. Mm, how many people did each car hold? How many people did the first Ferris wheel? How many people did each car on the first Ferris wheel hold? It each car held around 60 people. Okay, a maximum 60 people. Okay, and everyone was very excited about the Ferris wheel experiences. So, how much did uh, the ride cost? How much did the ride cost? The ride cost how much? 25 cents or 50 cents? 50 cents, right? When you take one time, you pay 50 cents. So, how long did the ride last? Last. How long did it last before it stopped? The ride lasted around 20 minutes. Okay, so how many people went on the wheel every day? Get one more box right here. Mm, sorry, it covers the words a bit, but I guess it's fine. Uh, how many people went on the wheel every day? How many? Around 38,000 people went on the wheel every day. Okay, sorry for sending the video so late, but I believe we can try to spend some time before the big test to have a great review. But before that, before we finish, can we just check out the picture from the activity book? And here Right on the activity book. Not this one. Page 11. Page 11. Page 11. But we need to wait for. Oh, it's not the problem of the web connection. It's the server from Macmillan. Right. Before the end of the class, I can we check out the picture and let's try to. So let's check out the picture, right? So there are a lot of cookies, right? A lot of cookies. We can say there is a lot of fruit. And can we also say there is a lot of sushi? There is a lot of sushi. Okay. How about after I finish one, I'll get to the let's circle one and two and I think it's also sushi, right? Whatever it is. I there are a lot of cookies. How about cheese? Sorry. Yeah, blue. That's a lot of cheese. I how about burgers? Are there a lot of burgers? There aren't many burgers. How about grapes? There are a few grapes. I how about uncountable part? Let's circle first. Uh, this one and this one and this one. How about uncountable part? Cake. Cake. Is there much cake? There isn't much cake, right? How about rice? I think it's pretty much as there is a lot of rice. Rice, uncountable, right? How about noodles? There is a lot of Noodles. How about chicken? There isn't much chicken, right? Right. Hopefully, um, we review enough, and I'll see you tonight. Thank you. Bye bye.